So, I had to come on here this morning to kind of break down some trend that I've been seeing lately on the, let's say, NFL sports latest topics. And the topic is that the refs were in on the Chiefs winning the AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills. And these two videos that I've seen that are talking about, that trying to talk about this topic or whatever. There's like one YouTuber called Too Raw for TV. He was the first video that I saw about this. I didn't click on it because I knew where this was gonna go. And then the latest one I just saw was by Willie D, where he's talking about blatant proof. Like you got blatant proof to the refs were in on it and anything. And let me see. Last night I sat there and watched the whole game because, of course, I'm a Chiefs fan. So, I can already surmise what part of the game that they're talking about. And the specific part of the game that they're talking about is where the Chiefs defense had to stop the Buffalo Bills from, I think, gaining I think it was like 4th and 1 or something like that. And if the Chiefs stopped the Buffalo's offense or whatever, it'd be a turnover on downs. And everyone knows, the Buffalo Bills running game was potent in this game, because most of their points were coming off of coming through their running back in their running game. And they got one touchdown from the wide receiver and everything, because one of our secondary players got blown his assignment. And basically, so they got I think 2 touchdowns that way from their receivers. But the majority of them came through their running game, because the Chiefs were having a hard time successfully getting the Buffalo Bills off the field. But when the game was in its most crucial moments, our defense stood up. Okay, so let me break this down. So the Chiefs already know what the Buffalo Bills are going to do. So all they got to do is stop them from doing it and everything. So it's basically like a game of chicken. So the Chiefs, they crowded their defensive front, basically crowded the line or whatever. And they knew the ball was going to go to Josh Allen. They knew he was going to be the one to try to get that yard and everything. They weren't going to give it off to the running back. And they weren't going to try to do a trick play and, throw to a receiver, trick them to spread out defense and everything. They were going to, just go full steam ahead with their quarterback, Josh Allen. All right, well, the Chiefs defense stood up, right? So initially, he gained, but then he got pushed back or whatever. And you had 2 officials on both ends, on the left side and the right side. And then you have the players in the middle. Now, when they showed the camera footage or whatever, you could see Josh Allen trying to make progress, but his progress being refuted and everything. And in that time, you can't see where the ball is actually at in that mass of humanity. You can't see where it's at, right? So the officials come together, because the official on one side saw one thing, and the other official on the other side saw another thing. So that's when, they have to have a third official come in or whatever. But with that being said, with this controversial call where they awarded the Chiefs, the stop and everything, and the Buffalo Bills had a turnover on downs, right? That wasn't the most crucial. That was one of the crucial parts of the game, but it wasn't the deciding factor in the game. If you watch the whole game, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say this one more time. If you watch the whole game, there were moments where the Buffalo Bills could not stop the Chiefs' offense. If the Buffalo Bills defense stood up and was able to stop the Chiefs' offense from rapidly going down the field and scoring touchdowns, then the Buffalo Bills would have won the game. It's that simple. But you people out here want to call out one specific play, thinking that makes up the whole game. There are a number of plays. There are a number of things that that should have happened in order for the Bills to win. But they lost. So with that being said, take this L, and go sit down somewhere. Okay? And there's another thing I'm gonna address. It's probably the reason why you're saying like the refs are in on it. It's because probably some of you suckers are suckers, and you decide like, oh, let me bet on this game because the United States agreed allows gambling. Oh, you got FanDuel, you got DraftKings, you got Underdog, etc., etc. While in the meantime, you're struggling to get by. Oh, but you think you're gonna make it big by playing parlays and all this nonsense. But don't realize you're being had. You're being had. Okay? You're being had. Because the person who's providing a platform for you to spend your hard-earned money on betting, all the while they're getting richer. Oh, but you don't see that. You don't see that, whatever. So you're upset that your team lost. That your team lost. Because I knew that it was going to be tough for the Buffalo Bills to win in Arrowhead in the first place. Even before the game started, I knew it was going to be a tough deal for the Buffalo Bills to win. I knew the Chiefs weren't going to blow them out because the Buffalo Bills are actually a decent team. But I knew they weren't going to win, and I'm going to say this right now. The reason why they weren't going to be able to win is because they couldn't stop the Chiefs' offense. They couldn't stop the offense. If they were able to stop the offense, they would have won. Because we all know if you can't, the other team has to score more points than you. And if your defense can't hold up and keep the other quarterback off the field, Patrick Mahomes, this ain't rocket science. This ain't rocket science, but now you got people on social media making these videos about like, oh, the refs are in the pocket of the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, this is a questionable win for the Chiefs. Nah, like I said, you Buffalo Bill fans and you other people, y'all need to take this L and go sit down somewhere with this nonsense. Because it is a nonsense. And like I just previously said, that's why you shouldn't bet on games. That's why you shouldn't bet. With that, y'all have a good one. Bye.